Hey, it's Hope at Crafty Hope, and I'm going to do some playing in the craft room, and I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So what I'm going to do today is play with my Gelli printing plate, which is a mono plate. I think it's made out of mineral oil, but it comes in this nice little package that I just open and pull out, and you can see it's all kinds of dirty, but I take this protective film off and play with it. So I'm going to show you my setup real quick and then put y'all on maybe the tripod and let you see what I do. So I've got some colors selected here. I went with a pretty bright palette. I'm doing a swap, and my partner likes bright colors, so I've got a general palette put out. So, and next to it I have my brayer, and then I've got an old dictionary that I use to rub my brayer off on and put some of my stencils and stuff on. So we'll see how that goes. I've got a couple buckets of acrylic paint down here on the floor to pick up if I decide I need some other colors. Then over here to the side, I've got the papers I'm going to be using, which is some scrapbook paper, some cardstock, some deli paper. I've got a bunch of my stencils. Got a bucket with some hot water and Murphy's oil soap. I'm sure it won't stay warm, but I heard a tip that if you use that Murphy's oil soap, it helps get the paint off of your stencil. So we're going to try it and see how that goes. And so, I'm sorry I'm spinning y'all around. But over here to my right, I've got a bucket with a bunch of my different texture tools and stuff I like to use. So I'm going to try to get those a little more organized before I get started. Actually, this doesn't belong in there, so I'm going to get this organized and show y'all how I'm going to do this. So stay tuned. Okay, two more quick things I want to mention before I get started. Is on the back of my door, I have a it's just a line with some clothespins on it that I will be using to hang the prints as I take them off the Gelli plate. I also went through some of my previous Gelli prints and discovered what method I think may work best. So I'm going to try to go with that method because I looked at what I liked and didn't like on my previous ones, and one of the things I found was I really liked the ones that had like a texture in the background and then the a stencil over that with more color on it. So I'm going to try to use the texturing tools first and then go back in and do the oh my goodness, the stencils. My words are not coming to me today. So okay, I'm gonna get started here, and let me get you set back up on the tripod, and we'll see how we can do. going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here. So basically let me clean a few of my little things up. And kind of tell you the process. Alright, so what you do is you start with your jelly plate all without anything on it. And then you pick a color or two, and we're going to go with something. I've got some neon colors that I picked up yesterday. Knowing that I was going to do this, and I had wanted some neons anyway, so I thought, oh, that'll be fun. So I am grabbing my neons and just putting some paint down. I'm putting a little bit extra of the neon on because I don't know, it seems kind of thin. So, and then lightly brayer everything out as best as you can. I'm making a little mud here because the orange and the blue don't really go together all that well. And then cleaning off my brayer just a little bit. And then taking some kind of texture tool. It could be something cheap, like a cheap comb that, I just make some little lines in, or you can get some of these more expensive texture tools. I think these are from the Martha Stewart line that I happen to find. Or you can use, let me see what else I've got that I really like. Bubble wrap is fabulous on this. Makes such a cool impression. And to clean those off a little bit, I'm just putting in this book, which ends up making really cool papers in itself. So, and then I'll take my sheet of paper, whatever it may be, and lay it down on the jelly plate. Make sure I smooth it all out so that I pick up as much of that paint as I can. And then peel it up. Now, it's important to work quickly before the paint dries. So there's what I got. It's kind of a funky thing. Now, if you still have plenty of paint left on your plate, you can take a second sheet of paper and lay it on there. And I don't think I have much paint. And again, smooth it out, trying to pick up everything you can, and you're getting what's called a ghost print of whatever's left on there. And sometimes those turn out to be cooler than your original print. So I did get a little bit of color in there, and it's kind of neat. So, if you can see that, that's my ghost print of what I just did. So, I'm going to add it over here to the others and go on to the next thing. Let's see, I think I'm going to use some of my metallics now. So, I'm going to keep on with this process, try to keep moving, since I do know I have a second step I want to use. Hey y'all, before I get started doing the stencils on the backgrounds that I had done, I wanted to show y'all some of the dry pieces I've done. This one I really like. I like all the color that got into that. You see some reds and oranges and some blues and greens here, so I really like that one. But it needs a little something else, so it's going. This one also great texture. I might not add anything to it, but I'm not sure it's done yet, so I think I'm going to keep working on that one. And this one's a lot of fun, but it again needs something else. It's got, see, it's scrapbook paper, just those fun colors. Nice. And this one, again, nice fun texture, but needs something. This one definitely needs more, but I really like how just the waves came out in this one. And then there's this one. And this one's okay. I'm not big on it. Definitely needs more, but the colors are kind of fun. Now, this one came out, and and it was a ghost print, but I really like all the texture. I don't know if you can see it, that got in on that. So I think I'm going to consider this one done. So this one may go to my swap partner. I'm not sure until I get them all done. So I'm putting this one aside, and I'm going to get my setup going again, and then we'll do some stencils on the Gelli plate. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to share with you the how the Gelli prints came together. They have dried while I was cleaning off my stencils. I have to say that Murphy's oil soak for the stencils was fabulous. It got off all the paint that I used this time around, and on some of my stencils it even got off paint from previous uses. It seemed that the better quality of stencil it was, the more likely it was to take off older paint. So thumbs up on, and I wish I could remember who recommended that, but it worked fabulously, so thank you. So I'm going to let you take a look at these. Some of them I still think need work, but I'm going to go through and decide which ones are going to my swap partner and which ones I'll keep. So this one was the one that I decided I liked how it was, and I'm going to keep it the way it is. So this one was the original print from it, and I kept going back and forth about whether I wanted to add anything to it. I don't know. I think I may have just completely messed it up. I don't know. It may need something to brighten it up or something darker on it. So this one probably won't be going, but I do like all the different textures you get in here. You can see the sunburst from that Tim Holtz stamp. Some of the stencil, some of the other texture from that other stencil I used, and the original background I did. So I like it, but it just, I like it up close. I don't like it as a whole piece. And this one similarly is just not doing it for me. So, meh. Now this is a piece of deli paper. You can see through it, and it's got the peacock feather and some of the doily. I really like this piece. So this, I'm putting this in the done I like pile. And this is another one that I grabbed a blank piece of paper when I was doing it to get the ghost print of those, because I just didn't think it would work on anything, and I'm glad I did. This is fabulous. And I don't think that I'm going to add anything to it, but it may not go to my partner because I don't know, it's not detailed enough for me. This one I like. It's fun and bright and cheerful with all the hearts on it. Lots of color, so that may go to my partner. This one, you can see some of the hearts from the ghost print, but it needs a lot of work. This one's great. A little bit of texture, that nice burst. Love it, love it. This, however, not so good. So, in the to be worked on pile, I like this one because I like this. I used some metallic paint, like a gold and a pretty teal blue, and I kind of like how that came out. It's very galaxy looking to me. So I'm going to put it to the side, and that's a possibility. And same thing here. This was the ghost print for it, and it worked out great. At least in my opinion, I like it. So this one's lots of fun. I like the blues in here with the raindrops, and then the little bit of pink and green in the background. So I like that one. This one I didn't think I was going to like it first. When I put it down, I was like, oh, that's probably not going to work out, and you can't really see it on here. But those purple pinks and that blue with the raindrops are fabulous. Oh my gosh. I love them. But it just, again, from afar, it doesn't look great. So I don't know what I'll do about that. This is fun. The background's kind of blah, but then you've got these fun purpley pink dots. So I don't know, that may or may not be done. This is the Ghost of the Dots, and it's, needs so much work. So not good. Here's the color on here is really good. It's just, I think it's those neon paints are just, I don't know if I don't have them mixed up well enough or what, but they seem really thin. And so, I don't know. So, it's a neat one, but I don't know that it's done. Same with this one. Color's nice, but this needs a pop of something. I don't know, red or a bright pink or purple. I don't know. This is fun. It's definitely not done, but it's got a lot of fun texture. Same with this. It needs, I don't know, some drawings or something on it. This is fine. It needs something. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And this one I think is great. But that's just, a me thing. I don't know. I really liked how bright and fun all of that is together. So that's a good one. This one, not so much. And this one's really good. I like this a lot. Lots of different textures going on here. Fun colors. I like that. So that's where I am with the monoprints. I think it came together fun. I've still got, you know, half the stack there is blah. But the other half, I think I got some really good pieces with. So I do like the method that I used. I just have to refine it a little bit more, I think, to not get pieces that are not to my liking every time. So, alrighty. Oh, I was going to show you. I told you I had that book that I rolled my brayer off on, and then I was putting my stencils on. And so I was going to flip through it real quick and show you. Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry. See if I can get this where you can see it there. So I'm just going to flip through it real quick and show you that I've got some pages that are just brayered off, some that got some really great texture and everything on them. I love dictionary pages, and so this is great for me. You know, and I tried to put stencils down on colors that weren't the same, so there was lots of texture, and even the textured tools, I was scraping them off on it, so I could get, oh, that's shiny, it's hard to see some of the detail in these. There's one in here I really like. It might be that one, I'm not positive. No, that's not it. But I love all the different colors on each of these pages. This is the one I really like, with the blue and then the almost rainbow with the Harlequin stamp. So, I just want to show you. Look at all the color I got on that one. Wow. And this has 2 pages of craziness. So, and that's, I really like how that one came out. So that one's probably coming out of here and possibly going into a journal or something. And because I was working quickly with the paint, or as quickly as I could with the paint, this just, some of the pages stick together. So, but if it tears, it tears. Let's see. I'll show you how this. And this is one I do like, because I like the circles up there. Isn't that fun? Fun. So then there's, you can just vaguely see the peacock stencil. Okay, I think I have one more page. No, that's the last one. Okay, so that's it. I've got a lot of sorting to do and figuring out what's next. So thank you so much for checking this out, and I hope you learned a little bit about monoprinting and what a Gelli plate does, and I hope you have some ideas of your own. Go search out on YouTube. There are lots of other examples of how best to use a Gelli plate or a monoplate. That I'm still actually in the process of learning what's best with mine. So go experiment. Let me know what your tips and techniques are with it. Thanks. Bye.